True story, beautiful neighborhood, new neighborhood, multi-million-dollar homes. You wouldn't think that someplace like this would be the victim of crime, and it was. Not just one home, but several homes. And what happened was, the criminals parked the car over here and hopped over the wall. They bashed in one of the glass, they went inside, they looked for stuff, and eventually they were scared off. But that wasn't the end of it. They came back again. This client called us, we put our security screens on there, and now you don't have to worry about that ever again. But this type of crime happens all the time. And other homes here in this very nice neighborhood were also victimized. Maybe by the same people, maybe not, I'm not sure. But the takeaway is, you can never be sure. You know, you think that the gate's gonna help, you think that the wall's gonna help, you think that your cameras and alarms are gonna help. But I'm telling you, it doesn't, right? You really need to think about your security on a higher level. So from the outside, it doesn't look like anything other than maybe a solar screen or a bug screen. It looks great. On this home, we secured the front door, which remember is a common point of entry. And then we put a bunch of security screens on the windows as well. We're gonna walk around, take a look in the back. But I wanna point out a few things first on the security door. Front door, major point of entry, 1 out of 3 break-ins through the front door. And you notice if I'm here, the closer I get to this door, if I were trying to break in, not only is line of sight bad, people can't see me, but also this archway here kind of softens the noise. So if I tried to kick in the door, it wouldn't really raise a lot of alarms. But come a little closer, I want to show you a few things. Notice the design here, we don't have any hinges on the outside of the door, right? So there are some security doors, they've got these big hinges on the outside. Just looks ugly. This thing's really beautiful. Look at the powder coat finish on here. And remember, all this is made in the United States. And we do that for exactly that reason. We want it to look awesome. We want top tier security, but we also want it to look beautiful. We now use the thicker bank style bolts. It's like a tongue twister. It's a much more robust locking system than ever before. The other thing worth noting here is that this door has a true 3-point lock. 1, 2, and then 3 down here. And what we've seen with a lot of production doors like Home Depot is they'll take crowbar and crowbar that male piece out. And once you get that male piece out, you just open the door and go right in, right? So with the 3-point lock system, when you lock this for the day, whether you're from the inside or the outside, all 3 bolts engage, and that prevents someone from prying their way in. Security screen for windows. We can do any shape, any size. This is a nice big square window. It's got a hinge on this side so that in the event of an emergency, someone can get out. Inside is an ADA compliant latch. Flip the latch, push the screen door will open like a car door. You can get out easily. Or you just want to clean the glass, right? Because the screen is hinged, you can clean the glass. So we made a number of improvements on this with the latest generation. Let me point them out. We now have that bank vault style system. So when you lock this, there's a bolt that goes in this way and a bolt that goes in that way. And then we reinforce the frame itself with steel tubing. It's inside the aluminum frame. Can't see it, makes it super strong. Screws go in every 8 inches around the perimeter, and then we have another layer of screws that we can use inside the screen itself. So let's say someone really tried to unscrew everything from the outside, they still wouldn't be able to get to the screws on the inside. So this is why I'm so excited about our latest version. It's just so much better than anything else. There's not really good line of sight. If I were a bad guy, I were trying to get in, I would break that glass. I would take one of these rocks over here and shove it right through the glass. Glass will break. The alarm might go off and the cameras might see me, but that's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna go right to the master bedroom, right? That's where everything is. The guns, the jewelry, prescriptions. Even if I do break glass, the neighbor's probably gonna minimize it. James again dropped something, That's why you need to secure this. This is one of the most important. That front door, the back slider, and the kids' bedrooms on the ground floor, we definitely want to get those things locked down. First phase. We've made some improvements to the sliders. The first is, on the bottom, we have now metal rocker wheels. And the metal rocker wheels are really cool because they're going to last longer than plastic ones, but also they give you a nice smooth glide to the operation of the screen, which is important because these screens are really heavy. And if it's nice and smooth, that means anyone in the family can operate it easily at any time. So this is a huge win. The 4-point locking system and the rocker metal wheels. Everything is computer controlled, so we get really nice miters. That means where the corners come together, it's just perfect. So we want it to look great, and we want it to perform great, and that's why this is the winner. It costs a bit more, but you get a lot more. But this just looks perfect. Look how tight it is, too. Tight as a drum. There's no body wave in it. It is a big window. Look how big it is. But we have no problem making it because we weave the mesh. We can do any size. We can do 100-foot long mesh. So size is not an issue for us. It is hot here, and you may have direct sunlight. Our screens do act like solar screens, so they will reduce about 65% of that solar heat gain. That means it's cooler inside, lower AC bills. So it's win-win-win. You get all the security you want, you get the airflow, you get the visibility, and you get the reduction in your AC bill. So you got this big wall here. It looks like it's keeping everything bad out. But the fact is, anyone can jump over there anytime. And you know what? Once they're in there, no one can see them. They're in. They're gonna do what they're gonna do in the back of your home. That wall is good as one layer, but it's not enough to keep you safe. And that's where these security screens come in. Once they're on your home, you're safe. You don't have to worry. With your cameras, with your alarms, you don't feel safe. With the screens, you feel safe. Your family feels like there's a guard in front of every window. And this is especially important for your kids. As a parent, I don't want my kids to be fearful of anything. With the screens on there, and they'll tell you, I feel safe. I don't have to worry anymore. And that, to me, priceless.